Hi, I'm Joe Ravita from Empire Music and EmpireMusicOnline.com. I'm here with a really new, exciting product from Taylor Guitars, part of their new round shoulder dreadnought line called the Grand Pacifics. And I'm here to talk to you today about the Taylor 317 and 317E. The only difference between the two guitars that you see here are the E model has the Taylor Expression 2 system in it. The stock 317 comes without electronics. So if you're not looking for an acoustic electric guitar, that's your guy. If you're looking for the award-winning plugged-in tone of Taylor, the 317E is your dude. The great thing about the Grand Pacific models is it really meshes all of Taylor's history. When Bob started the company, he was really all about innovation and making new products and making those with the best available materials and sourcing on the planet and great manufacturing process. And it really comes together with Andy's new design here. With Andy Powers being the new lead designer, we have the V-Class bracing in here, which was debuted last year. So really big focus tone, really exciting there. But you get the traditional 300 series woods, solid Sitka spruce with solid sapelli back and sides. You'll see the sapelli right here. Genuine mahogany neck. And then something new that Taylor's obviously done over the last few years is they've really invested in West Africa, and Bob's taken it on his personal mission to make ebony more resourceful and longer lasting, something that'll be eco-friendly. So we have West African ebony fretboard and bridges, which is amazing. So we have really just great source materials with the new design. The idea behind the Grand Pacific was to go out there and give us the big booming tone that really isn't something that Taylor's focused on a lot in their history. But they've done it in the grand orchestras. Those guitars were really big. So this is a more comfortable body shape. You can see it wider mid-range, the round shoulder design. It's a really comfortable guitar to hold, which is really something that Taylor guitar players should be used to. Obviously, the super low action, which Taylor's famous for. The big advantage of these guitars is a lot of times when we play dreadnought guitars, we lose our focus and definition. Taylor has always worked really hard at creating, I think, the most balanced and most defined guitars. I always think about when you're speaking, you want to speak clearly and you want to enunciate properly. Well, sometimes on these big dreadnoughts, you get a lot of volume, but you're not sure what you're hearing. And that's a bummer, because if you like to hear what you're playing, which most of us do, we don't want that. We don't want that garbled up sound. We don't want it to be all distorted. So Taylor's really figured out a great way to give us that big bottom end and that rootsy tone. So it's really got that vibe of the vintage instruments and all the things that are cool about that big volume, huge dynamic range, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit, that we can play lightly through monstrous attack, and really take any attack that you can give it, but never lose its clarity, which I think is paramount, especially if you're a person that likes to record music or likes to play, plugged in. Your audience wants to hear all the tone of the guitar. They don't want to just hear all this blast of just noise. So with the V-Brace, it's given us the ability to get that sustain and that big tone and keep focused. And the body shape really is important, because now we have the wider mids, this nice wide bottom here. We're able to get that extra bass that we don't get out of a grand auditorium or a grand concert-sized Taylor guitar. Even the Grand Symphony guitars have a more cinched-in waist to Taylor, so this is just a really more of a traditional design, obviously, but with Taylor appointments. So sleeker bracing, more definition, killer playability, which is always a standout with the Taylor line. So what I think was most striking on the 317 was its ability to range from soft touch to heavy. A lot of bigger guitars, when you play them, and the most famous models that are out there, when you play them lightly, it just doesn't give you anything. Next, when we play it heavier with the strumming chord, we get a lot of bass, but nothing else, which is a bummer. And then also through the leads, through the mids, you won't get any tone. It's just like you have to just rip the strings off the fretboard to get any sound, because the bracing's clunky, the wood's thick. Here, Taylor's really kept to their roots of creating a really dynamic instrument. You feel it moving against your body. So just picking lightly. So if you want to get delicate tone, you can get it, which is so exciting, because I always feel like when you get a big guitar, people come in and just feel like they have to attack it to get anything out of it. Here, we can play the really nice, which is exciting. So we get those delicate features. But as we build, you start to hear that bellowing bass through our light strumming. ramp it up, you'll hear the overhead dynamic range. The instrument truly roars. It's incredible how vast this is. I own a bunch of Taylor guitars personally that have never skewed toward the bigger ones, and these are lights out. They really just hit the mark here. And the great thing is they've given us the ability to buy them with the electronics, which is what most of us want. But if you don't dig the electronics, you can again come over here to the stock 317 and get it. And you notice these don't come with cutaways either, so it's really doing everything it can to give you every ounce of tone that it can give us. So the Taylor 317 and 317E Grand Pacific models are full of Taylor's past, so we know we get the best solid Sitka spruce, solid sapelli, West African ebony fretboards and bridges, die-cast hardware, genuine mahogany necks. We're getting all that stuff. V-class bracing. We're delivering you the finest things that Taylor's always promised us. But what they've done is they've found a new way to give us the tone that the Taylor lineup really hasn't featured in the past. So if you're trying to get that rootsy record sounds, your favorite records from whether it be bluegrass or folk, that you've always wanted that rich tone, or if you just have a collection that's full of guitars that maybe don't have the chunk on the bottom end, boom, this is your guy. Because when we step into this, ooh, man, we get it right away. But it's not afraid to be articulate. Or even for some light leads. It's really a smart guitar because it allows us to do all those things and play in any environment. But if you have your buddies that have their, vintage branded guitars and they always talk about their big bass, but you want some great bottom end, but you don't want to just sound totally garbled, the 317E will deliver. Super balanced, plenty of bass, but focused and defined in all the right spaces. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Again, I'm Joe. Todd and Anthony are here all the time as well. You can see these guitars right on our website at empiremusiconline.com. If you want to get more videos like this, our YouTube channel, please subscribe to it. We have our Facebook that we release even more video content on all the time, and our Instagram, so check them out. Or you can just reach out to us right through our website at empiremusiconline.com, or even better, call us, 412-343-5299, and you can get a glimpse into the new Taylor Grand Pacific models with the 317E and 317 models, with and without the electronics. And I'm going to play just a little bit here on the way out. Thanks a lot for watching.